have a simple question to kick things off. Why is debt bad? Everyone knows why it's bad in personal finance, but why is it bad nationally? Why is it bad for the national government to have debt? Mostly we only get visuals about the size of our debt. For example, if you were to take every dollar bill the government owes in debt and laid them end to end in a straight line, this trail of Washingtons would reach the sun. As a matter of fact, with our debt, we could make 23 separate trails that all reach to the sun. So yes, surely the debt is quite large, but we've been in this situation for years, and on the surface it looks like we've come out unscathed. But for as much as I wish this were true, the facts do stand opposed. It may seem odd, but one of the worst effects of our debt is the policies that are adopted in order to reduce it. In an effort to increase revenue, the government raises tariffs, taxes, and increases regulations that are supposed to stimulate the economy. Each of these, however, pose a unique threat to our economic health. Tariffs are taxes imposed on imports. This form of taxation is supposed to increase domestic productivity. However, history has shown that it increases costs around the globe as countries raise tariffs and counter tariffs. But because it reduces production by reducing demand, wages stay stagnant. Taxes in general are a bit more controversial because they raise so much money that it should technically stimulate the parts of the market that it's poured back into. However, the money is pulled from companies and individuals that would either be saving the money, which the bank would loan out to productive individuals, or spending it on products that offer them direct value. Although not all taxation is evil per se, but the high taxes we have now reduce the money readily available for investment and limit the economic potential of the economy. Finally, regulation laws. This is a fairly wide category as it can include anything from minimum wage to food safety. The fault in these is that they always cost money to implement, which hurts all businesses but can be crippling to small businesses by creating a pay-to-play system. That is also dangerous because it helps create the conditions for recession. Economic recessions are caused by unnatural increases in the money supply of a given market. The inflated market, emboldened by this new money, views it as increased safety. So they borrow more and they invest and produce and invest and produce until it runs out of resources and prices top out. When prices top out, people stop paying for the expensive product. The market can't pay back its debts. Banks can't reclaim their losses on the bankruptcies. Banks shut down, and those left give out less money. And now the economy goes into recession as the money supply plummets. The government borrows billions of dollars every year from around the world. The borrowed money is then immediately dumped into markets such as the military, infrastructure, medical, etc. This year, we are expected to borrow around $1 trillion. This money is going to inevitably boost the money supply in those sectors, and the bubble will begin to inflate until pop. And the money disappears, and banks are left in ruins. This recession cycle has been present since the Great Depression and has popped at least once a decade. The final threat of debt is humanitarian. The government receives money through other countries buying treasury bonds. This gives the government fluid money and gives the foreign country the guarantee of payback plus interest. It sounds like a happy international cooperation system until we think about what that money is doing in foreign countries. China's sweatshop system is, contrary to popular belief, incredibly expensive. They maintain market dominance by subsidizing. That is, the government gives money to private companies to help them maintain low prices on their products. This money comes from the billions of dollars in interest the US has to pay China annually. Think of it. Every dollar we borrow from China is $1.50 we'll be giving to their sweatshop system. The money we give them is poured into child labor schemes we watch on the news and disdain, not realizing that we are the very cause. These 3 points on policy, recession, and China illustrate clearly that our debt is dangerous to the economy and to the lives of children overseas. Change is needed now in order to protect ourselves. Change is difficult because it is rarely politically feasible. The only real way to stop all of these problems is to reduce spending. Your vote does matter. The only reason why it wouldn't is if you don't. Don't let this country continue to increase the cost of living. Don't let it continue its recession cycle. Don't let it continue abusing Chinese children. California shocked many political analysts last year with a new population of young voters that combined conservative economic policy and liberal social policy. Don't let the trend die. Both Republicans and Democrats can unite on this issue if we force them. If we continue that wave that California started. So, the main theme is vote. Thank you.